What does it mean to love? Why do humans love the idea of love so much? We can easily be independent. We can easily do things ourselves and accomplish things without the need of someone else. But I think a lot of my friends and people that I've talked to about this always desire to have some sort of partner. These questions and thoughts have always been circulating in my head as I'm growing older, and I question, why do I want love? And do I understand what love truly is? The modern conception of love is very inconsistent, especially in my generation. We complicate love, we remove the beauty of love, and bring up unnecessary problems that hinder the idealistic view of it. Love at its purest form is to show affection and care for said person, not intimacy all the time. Regardless of if you are a man or a woman, saying I love you doesn't mean you are saying it in a weird way, or saying it as if you're looking for something more. It's to show the affection, it's to show the care, it's to be grateful and thankful for them being in your life. People have made it very uncomfortable to say that phrase because they always think there is a much deeper meaning that I'm saying that like you're trying to advance towards them or you're trying to get into like be with them like a relationship. It's not always like that. You know, you might say, why not just use the word I like you instead? I think the biggest difference is love is a very strong word, and with very strong words, there's a very deep meaning, and it really comes from the heart. Those type of words, whereas like is just a feeling, from the mind. I love all my friends. I honestly don't care if they're a man or a woman, because they are in my life and allow me to express myself without the fear of being judged. It's one of the most beautiful characteristics I see in those that I surround myself with nowadays. However, regardless of how many friends you have, I think most people will always want that one partner to be with forever. Friends will obviously come and go. People are busy, and it's just hard to find people to always surround yourself with so consistently. But another issue that comes up when you truly want to love someone, when you're looking for a relationship and all of that, is sacrifice. You know, love comes with sacrifice. Those two words basically go hand in hand. You can't love if you can't give up certain things to actually be with them. The idea of sacrifice is something our generation struggles with a ton. People in either high school, because this is where it usually starts, either high school or early or during the beginning of college, tend to have the most incomplete perception of love or can't go on with it because you honestly don't know what you're doing in life. I think that from like the 14 to 20 range or 20 years old, that range, you honestly don't have your life straightened out yet. You don't know exactly what you're going to do. There's no clear path. And I would say I'm definitely a victim of this, where I don't think I'm half the man I want to be. So when I do find interest in someone, and if they do find interest in me, I don't think I'm either financially ready, mentally ready, or religiously in that headspace to keep me going. Really, it is just commitment issues, and everyone has them in one way or another. There's always something that is bothering people nowadays when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, because people are starting so early. People are starting it at the age of 13, 14, 15. All these teenage years are being flooded with, oh, I love you and I want to be in a relationship with you and all of that stuff, where majority of the time these kids, and even myself, I consider myself a kid still, are not ready to take on the challenges and the sacrifices that come with them. You know, I think when I want to be with someone, I want to be the best. I don't want them to worry, and I want them to be happy to be with me. These are very standard things that every man or woman should go for. You should be complete, you should be ready in every sort of way before you even attempt to go into a relationship, attempt to find love in someone else. You need to love yourself. But overall, it is important to love people around you. It is important to show care and affection to the people who are always there for you. Don't be afraid to say I love you to anyone. If they truly mean a lot to you and they have a lot of impact in your life, don't be afraid to say it. I hope everyone finds someone they can call a partner and be with forever, and that is the goal That is the goal for a lot of people in life, anyways, to have that, that second person. But yeah, that's really all I got for today. I'll see y'all next time.